Have you ever had that moment where you're lying in bed late at night, staring at the ceiling, and for some reason your life feels blurry? Not bad, not good, just lost. You don't know what you're moving toward. You don't know what you're running from. You're just living, hoping something, anything will give you direction again. And here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Feeling lost is not a failure. It's a signal, a message, a philosophical invitation to transform. In fact, some of the greatest minds in history, Carl Jung, Marcus Aurelius, Nietzsche, Viktor Frankl, they all agreed on one thing. You must get lost before you can find who you really are. This video will show you why you feel lost and, more importantly, how to use this feeling as the fuel that leads you to the life you're meant to live. Let's begin. Section 1. Why you feel lost. The deep explanation. Most people believe feeling lost means you made the wrong choices, you're behind in life, you're not doing enough, you're weak. But this is wrong. Feeling lost is not an accident. It is not chaos. It is not failure. It is a psychological and philosophical process built into human growth. Let's start with Jung. 1.1. Carl Jung's explanation. The shadow of who you used to be. Carl Jung believed that every human has two selves, the self you show the world and the self you hide the shadow. When you feel lost, it's usually because the version of you you're pretending to be no longer matches the version of you you're becoming. Your outer life and inner life break apart, and this gap feels like confusion. Empfinter or earned out. Jung said. We must let go of who we were to become who we might be. Feeling lost means your old identity is dying, and your new identity is not born yet. You're in the psychological in-between, the transition, the void. And this void is uncomfortable because your mind loves clarity. When it doesn't have clarity, it gives you anxiety instead. But the truth is, you don't feel lost because you're broken. You feel lost because you're evolving. 1.2. Stoicism's explanation. You're fighting reality. According to the Stoics, the root of human suffering is resisting the present moment. You feel lost when your expectations don't match reality. You want control over things you can't control. You compare your life with others. You don't accept where you are right now. Marcus Aurelius said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." But when your soul is unsettled, nothing feels right. Stoicism says you feel lost because your mind is trapped in the future or the past, and you're ignoring the present. You're not actually lost. You're just not here. 1.3. Nietzsche's explanation. You outgrew your life. Nietzsche believed that humans are creators of meaning, but sometimes the meaning you created early in life no longer fits who you are today. He said, when we are tired of ourselves, we feeling longing to escape. You may feel lost because you outgrew your job, you outgrew your social circle, you outgrew your habits, you outgrew your past dreams, you outgrew old versions of yourself. Feeling lost is not the problem. Growing without updating your life is the problem. 1.4. Viktor Frankl's explanation. You haven't found your wife. Frankl believed that humans can survive anything if they have a meaning, a why. He said, when a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. When life feels empty, you escape into social media. Mindless entertainment because you're lazy, but because the brain hates the feeling of meaninglessness. You feel lost when you haven't found the purpose behind your struggle, and this is where philosophy becomes powerful. It helps you understand that emptiness is not the end, it is the beginning. Section 2. The real reason you feel lost, human psychology. Let's break it down in simple terms. You feel lost because of 3 psychological conflicts. 2.1. Your mind wants certainty, but life gives you uncertainty. Humans hate uncertainty. Your brain is designed to predict the future so it can keep you safe, but you're living in a world where career paths are unclear, relationships are unstable, opportunities are unpredictable, identity changes fast, so when your brain can't predict the future, it says, we're lost. But you're not lost. You're just living in a human world with no map. 2.2. Your life is too loud to hear yourself. When was the last time you sat in silence with no phone, no music, no distractions? Silence is where direction comes from. But life today is noise, noise, noise. Your mind may be whispering answers, but the world is shouting louder. You feel lost not because you lack answers, but because you've forgotten how to listen to yourself. 2.3. You're living for approval, not authenticity. This is the biggest one. Most people feel lost because they're living the life others expect from them. Parents, society, culture, friends, social media, success standards. You're chasing a path that was never yours. Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. You feel lost because you're disconnected from your authentic self. Section 3. The philosophical solution, what you must do. Now that we understand why you feel lost, let's talk about how to find your way again. This is not motivational nonsense. This is real psychological and philosophical transformation. Here are the 7 steps humanity has used for thousands of years. Step 1. Accept that feeling lost is part of the journey wire. Suffering begins the moment you resist where you are. Marcus Aurelius said, the obstacle is the way. Feeling lost is not the obstacle. Feeling lost is the way. Accept it. Sit with it. Let it teach you. When you stop fighting the feeling, clarity begins. Step 2. Listen to your shadow. Jung taught that the shadow holds the truth of what you've been ignoring. Ask yourself, what part of myself am I running from? What truth am I scared to admit? What do I truly want but never say out loud? Where do I feel misaligned? Your shadow always knows. You just have to ask. Step 3. Remove the noise. Stoicism, direction comes from stillness. Try this. Sit alone in silence for 10 minutes, no phone, no music, no distractions, just breathing. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Then, suddenly, your true voice begins to speak. Clarity is quiet. Confidence is quiet. Truth is quiet. You only feel lost because your world is loud. Step 4. Update your identity. Nietzsche. You're not who you were 5 years ago. You're not even who you were 6 months ago. So stop living with an outdated identity. Ask, what version of me has expired? What version of me is trying to be born? Nietzsche believed, become who you are. Meaning, don't cling to your past self. Grow into your future self. Step 5. Find your ride. Why Frankl. You don't need motivation. You need meaning. Ask Carl Jung, what makes me feel alive? What pain am I willing to suffer for? What contribution do I want to make to the world? What story do I want my life to tell? When you find your why, you stop feeling lost instantly. Meaning is the compass. Purpose is the map. Step 6. Take one small step. Feeling lost becomes worse when you try to solve your whole life at once. Don't plan the next 10 years. Plan the next 10 minutes. One small action creates momentum. Momentum creates clarity. Clarity removes doubt. You don't need a perfect path. You just need the next step. Step 7. Let life change. Here's the truth. You are not supposed to stay the same. You are supposed to evolve, shed, grow, rebuild, transform, and rediscover yourself. Feeling lost means life is shifting you. Life is challenging you. Life is upgrading you. Don't resist it. Allow it. Section 4. A story your audience will love. Emotional segment. Let me tell you a story. Abia, Young man once went to a wise philosopher and said, "Master, I feel lost. I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to do." The philosopher smiled and said, "Good, it means you're alive." The young man was confused. How is being lost a good thing? He asked. The philosopher led him to a forest. He said, "Look around. Every tree here is reaching for the sun. Every one of them grows toward its destiny, but before they grew upward, they grew downwards into the darkness, searching for stability." He continued, "You are not lost. You are growing your roots." The young man realized something. Feeling lost isn't the sign that you're failing. It's the sign that something deeper is forming inside you, and you, right now, watching this video, you're in that phase. The roots phase, the darkness before growth phase, the becoming phase. Let it happen. Section 5. To rise. Motivational. Build up. You may not see it yet, but this lost feeling is building you into someone stronger. You're learning patience. You're learning resilience. You're learning self-awareness. You're learning how to think for yourself. You're learning how to stand alone. You're learning how to listen to your soul. Most people never evolve because they never feel lost. They stay in the same cycle forever. Work gives entertainment, gives sleep, gives repeat. But you feel something deeper. You want something more. You're searching. And that search means you are alive in a way many people are not. This is your transformation. Your breaking open moment. Your awakening. Section 6. The answer you've been looking for. So here's the truth. You don't feel lost because you're behind. You feel lost because you're early. You're at the beginning of a new chapter, but you haven't read the first page yet. Life is not punishing you. Life is preparing you. You're becoming someone new, and the world you're meant to live in, the world meant for that new version of you, is waiting. You're not lost. You're transitioning. You're not empty. You're being rewritten. You're not broken. You're becoming whole. And someday soon, you'll look back and say, that was the moment everything changed. If this video helped you understand your journey even a little, remember this. You're not lost. You're transforming. And if you want more videos that combine philosophy, psychology, and deep human understanding made specifically to help you grow mentally and emotionally, subscribe because this channel is becoming your place for clarity. Your mind is evolving. Your soul is awakening. And your next chapter begins now.